Hi, my name is Bhargavi Mangudkar and I'm a sports psychologist. What is sports psychology? So, in simple words, it is general psychology that is applied specifically to sports settings. Or you can say that it is the study of psychology and mental factors which influence and are influenced by the participation and performance of an individual in sport, exercise, and physical activities. As the saying goes, that precaution is better than cure. I feel that sports psychology has a more preventive approach than a curative one. As a sports psychologist will help an athlete to develop a set of mental skills and proper motivational strategies which will help enhance the performance of the athlete. The sports psych also helps in anger and anxiety management, concentration, mental preparedness prior to a tournament or event, team cohesion, goal settings, and injury rehabilitation. So, thus a preventive approach. So, when it is goal settings, usually it is recommended to set SMART goals. So, SMART is an abbreviation for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So, even when you are setting a goal in general, you should make sure that you tick all of these five boxes. A sports psych will also help an athlete to overcome an issue if at all there is one. For example, an athlete could have anxiety about re-injury post the rehabilitation period. So, thus, a curative approach. Being able to regulate your thoughts, feelings, and emotions is very important because it has a significant impact on how well you perform. So, these psychological skills are aimed at being able to regulate and control your emotions, and the link between mental and physical state of an athlete, which should not be underestimated. Honestly, an athlete can put in many years developing and sculpting their body through physical practice to attain a perfect physical performance. However, when it comes to competing in tournaments or events, your mind has to be trained and prepared as well. Because at the end of the day, your mind has the ultimate control over the effectiveness of your body. So it is not that you should visit a psychologist only when you become an elite or a professional player. But on the contrary, an athlete should go to a psychologist once he or she starts competing in tournaments or events. So a psychologist also helps an athlete to accept a defeat in a tournament or an event, because not every time can you achieve a podium finish which you aspire for. Even a decision given by the referee which is not in your favor can cause a lot of decrement in your performance. So, an athlete should be resilient enough to be able to bounce back from this adversity and give 100% on the field. Honestly, it is not only for the players who are currently competing, but also for the ones who are on the verge of retiring from sports, as such athletes have an attachment with sports which is not replicable, and they have not seen themselves as anything other than being a player. So, a psych will help them to accept and understand what they might want to do post retirement. So, not only with developing mental skills, but even when an athlete falls prey to any sort of abuse like physical, emotional, sexual, etc., a sports psych will play a vital role. Usually, an individual is advised to do some sort of physical activity or exercise which will help them to lead a physically and mentally healthy life. Subsequently, we have this prejudice in our mind that it is very unlikely for an individual who indulges himself in some sort of sports on regular basis will have any kind of mental health issue. But we forget that there is a difference between playing a sport recreationally and professionally. The latter has an added baggage of pressure, and this pressure can hamper the mental health. So, of late, India has been emerging on the international platform in any number of sports. So it is high time that the multidisciplinary team of an athlete, like the coach, the associations, the parents, trainees, etc., understand the importance of a sports psychologist who will help them cater the needs of an athlete. Lastly, I would just like to say that be an athlete or a non athlete, if you feel that you need to seek professional help, then you should. Because at the end of the day, your well being is the most important thing. Thank you.